Hello everybody and welcome back to another Game News Roundup. We got some PlayStation news we're going over today. As always, if you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subs and I am just under 300 away from 10,000 subs. Also, feel free to hit the like button, leave a comment down below. It helps the YouTube algorithm. But anyways, let's get into this. We got a rumor mill tonight. Rumor. PlayStation is going to be hosting its first big showcase in the next few weeks. So, Sony Interactive Entertainment is rumored to host a big PlayStation showcase within the next few weeks. According to people with knowledge of their plans who spoke with website Video Games Chronicle, as well as Giant Bomb journalist Jeff Grubb also corroborated the information, saying he believes one to be the week of May 25th. And he added, I said the week of May 25th because that's probably the latest the week it could happen, but it could happen earlier. I just don't want to say week of May 21st and then people get mad when it doesn't happen on a Sunday. So it's acting like towards the end of May, potentially early June, we'll be seeing the first big PlayStation showcase since 2021. Yes, Sony has held some state of plays since then, but they've been mainly focused on indie games, PSVR 2 games, or maybe a specific single game, like they had a God of War Ragnarok state of play, and I believe they also had a Horizon Forbidden West state of play and a Gran Turismo 7 state of play last year as well. And then the big one in 2021, it saw the announcements of Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Marvel's Wolverine Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, and the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake were all announced. Now, for the big showcase this year, Spider-Man 2 is probably guaranteed to be seen, as well as Final Fantasy 16. And probably Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but the second part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. But yeah, Spider-Man 2 is supposed to come out this fall at some point. We don't have a release date yet, but I'm sure if they hold the big showcase, we'll get a release date during the showcase. Maybe we'll actually see more of Marvel's Wolverine, though I feel like that's probably going to be further away, as Insomniac, who's developing Spider-Man 2, is also developing Wolverine. So they're probably mainly focusing on Spider-Man 2, the small team, working out the story and stuff of Wolverine. Will we see Knights of the Old Republic remake? I don't know. There's been rumors that the game was rebooted development-wise, that there were issues with the main developer, and it switched developers, supposedly, but we'll see. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of announcements. Sony has a big lineup of studios. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Naughty Dog's Last of Us Factions game. I think that's the name of it. Last of Us Factions or something like that. The multiplayer Last of Us game. We'll probably see that. I know Sony has announced they have like 10 or so live service games in development. We might see some of those. Some other single player games we might see. I mean, we'll find out. Hopefully this is real. I mean, it's been basically 2 years since the last big PlayStation showcase. So hopefully we will have the showcase and we'll have a bunch of games announced. Maybe we'll see some. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, say, Horizon Forbidden West and Gran Turismo 7 maybe, get a PC announcement. I wouldn't expect, let's say, a God of War Ragnarok PC announcement. As Sony has previously stated, there'll be at least a 1-year gap for mainly single-player first-party PlayStation games between its PS5 release and the PC release. At least a 1-year gap. But they have said it might be a smaller gap or a day-and-date release for multiplayer-only games. But we'll see. Which is why I don't expect God of War Ragnarok, because that wouldn't be a year out until November. Will be a 1 year between after its PS5 release. Well, at this point, Gran Turismo 7 and Horizon Forbidden West have been out for over a year at this point on PS5 and PS4. Another rumor, also related to the showcase, Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake has been rumored for a couple of years to be in development, and now another rumor has popped up that the remake is going to be a PS5 console exclusive. This is according to Xbox Era co-founder Nick Baker on the Xbox Era podcast. He heard that Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake might be announced at an upcoming PlayStation showcase, possibly if this one is actually happening by the end of this month, beginning of next month. We'll see it then. And that will be a PS5 exclusive. And Windows Central Managing Editor Jez Corton also has corroborated what Baker stated, saying He has heard similar about Metal Gear Solid exclusivity for PlayStation. He also claims that Sony has landed a deal with Konami for Silent Hill, Metal Gear, and maybe even a new Castlevania game. And it has been confirmed Silent Hill 2 will be a PS5 timed console exclusive, with it also launching on PC day and date. And it will be a PS5 console exclusive for 12 months. If you look at the PlayStation trailer for Silent Hill 2, at the end it said timed console exclusive for 12 months. And the PlayStation again showcase is rumored to be held before the Summer Game Fest, which is set to take place on June 8th. So potentially last couple weeks of May, first week of June, we might see it then. As always, treat these rumors with a grain of salt. These are rumors until an official announcement is made. Just letting you all know about that. These are rumors. Yes, a couple of different journalists from different sources have heard similar things, but you never know. Even if they've heard this and maybe what they've heard is true, it's possible the showcase might be delayed to a later date. We don't know. Or plans could change. We don't know until, an official announcement is made. And one last thing from PlayStation. The Last of Us HBO series setting new records. One of the most successful shows in the history of HBO Max. It is now averaging nearly 32 million viewers per episode in just the United States alone. And the only show to have higher viewership in the U.S. On HBO Max is the 7th and 8th seasons of Game of Thrones. In the U.S., the only time the season for any show has performed better than the first season of Last of Us is the 7th and 8th season of Game of Thrones. It is also the most watched show ever on HBO Max in Europe and in Latin America. Although I don't think HBO Max is available in the UK. I think it's mainly mainland Europe where it is available. But as I don't live in the UK, I can't say for certain right now, but I'm pretty sure it's not available in the UK. I think it's like Sky TV or something where you can watch it. While in Europe, HBO Max is available. So yeah, Warner Brothers Discovery during its earnings report for the first quarter of 2023 stated The Last of Us is now averaging nearly 23 million cross-platform viewers per episode in the US and is the most watched show in the history of HBO Max in both Europe and Latin America. And also the Last of Us HBO TV series also has been, it was announced earlier this year that it was renewed for a second season. So, that's going to about do it for today's quick game news roundup for some basically PlayStation news. I could also, quickly mention, Nintendo is holding a live event in Seattle from September 1st to 4th at the Seattle Convention Center alongside PAX West. You can register online for free to try to attend, which the registration period is May 31st to June 22nd. You can register online to try to get free tickets to attend the event, which will have Nintendo Switch gameplay, photo ops with costume characters like Mario and Luigi, a stage with live performances, a pop-up Nintendo store with merchandise, and additional family-focused activities, and the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Championship 2023 and Splatoon 3 Championship 2023 tournaments will also take place at the event. And also, the Super Mario Bros. Movie has topped $500 million in North America, and is also, as I was mentioning on stream before I was recording this, as of right now, most up-to-date information is that the Mario Brothers movie has generated $1.16 billion at the worldwide box office. Is the 24th highest grossing movie of all time worldwide, 17th domestically, and 58th internationally. And is the second highest box office for digital animation movie ever domestically. Only behind Incredibles 2. I don't know if it'll have enough steam to get another about $90 million, but we will see. Become the highest grossing animated movie of all time domestically. Domestically being US and Canada, if you are wondering. And at the worldwide box office, again, is in 24th place. It is, $55 million behind Iron Man 3. It's got another probably, I would say it's most likely easily going to be entering the top 20 highest grossing movies of all time. And this could be the movie that does it. Video game movies and TV shows could be the next big thing. Following, comic book movies be dominating the box office for so long. And if you've been paying attention to comic book movies, while they're still performing well at the box office, they're not doing quite as well as they were. At least if you look at the latest Marvel movies. So it could be a thing about, quality and whatnot. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this Game News Roundup. As always, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you all next time for some more gaming news and sales figures.